It's Mr. Burley at York Catholic District School Board. This is the second tutorial. The previous tutorial we discussed a little bit about layers. We played around with the dimension sizes. You'll notice I've toggled off the dimensions currently. So if you check out this, my layers, it's shut off. We're going to talk about that in the next video. I'm going to concentrate strictly this time on finishing this drawing. The object itself, you'll notice I'm on the current layer of the object, and we don't, because we've already set the units and stuff, we don't need to go back in there and set the units. So what I want to do right now is I want to finish off this. Now we've done this before in class, and we've done the orthographic projection where we project up and project across and down. So we're going to do it this time, but we're going to use CAD, a little bit easier. So what we're going to do, the very first thing, I want to project up the top, and so I'm going to set my model up. Depends on, if I set up way up here, then of course this one's going to be way over here because it's a 45-degree angle. So I want it to be roughly around 30 millimeters away. So I'm going to set this up about 30 millimeters up. That's how you determine that. So line tool, it should be green because I'm working on that layer. I'm going to grab this one here, and I'm going to come up to somewhere around 30 millimeters. So I'm just going to type in 30. Oh, I lost it. Click that guy there. As long as I stay on the line going straight up, I'm going to click 30, enter. And that anchors it roughly exactly 30 millimeters above. So now I can either go this way, I can either scroll up this way and set my overall height, or I can come across this way and set this dimension. It doesn't make any difference, just however you feel to do it. So what I'm going to do right now is, we know that it's 50. This is 50 here. So we're going to go 50 up. So I'm going to put it this way. So it's straight up and down. I'm going to type in 50, enter, and I've got my 50. Now I'm going to come over and I'm going to grab this guy here, and I'm going to wiggle up, come up like this, and you can see it's intuitive and it knows I want to make it exactly the same length. So I click here. Then I'm going to come down here and I grab this one here. I come across this way like so, and I click there, and I come back and I'm going to click here. Now that's got my overall top view. Now I don't have the details. I don't have this block, nor do I have this block in there. So now what I want to do is, I'm just looking straight. So all these lines are missing here. It's just showing the outside. So what we've got here is we have a 25 by 25 millimeter box in the corner. So we're going to draw that in. So I'm going to come in here like this and scroll across this way to 25. I just type 25, enter. I walk down this way, again, 25, enter. And I'm going to go back and lock it in there. It knows it's intuitive. It knows that's where I want it to go, like that. So now I've got that. So now what I need is this. So you can see this is 20 millimeters in, because that's 25 and this is 5. So if I was to put a line here and come down this way, 20, enter, it's going to lock it in. Whoops. Anytime you make a mistake, just hit the escape key and grab it again. Or if you put something, just delete it. So click this line, walking down this way, staying on that. I'm going to go 20, enter. So it locks in the right spot now, and I'm going to walk across this way and lock him in there. Hit the escape key, and it's done. That's my top view. Now what I need to do is I need to put my 45-degree angle. I need to project across for this view over here. To do that, I need a point up here to start with. So I'm going to create a line from here to here, and that's going to be my line. I could put a line up here too, but then I just have to delete it later, so I'm not going to bother. So now what I want to do is I want to take a line this way, 45 degrees off that edge. So I'm going to go line tool, grab the line, and if you'll notice, the first column, the first box is the length, and the second box is the angle. So I'm just going to bring it up somewhere like this, because it's an arbitrary or just a made up dimension. It doesn't matter what it is. And I'm going to hit the tab key, and I'm going to type in 45 degrees because it is important. That is important. Now I hit escape. Now I have something I can come across, hit, project across, and go down, third angle projection. So when I do this, there's going to be lots of lines, and it starts to get a little confusing, but you'll get the hang of it. So I'm going to click here. Now, to make it less confusing, rather than drawing a line from here to here like we would before, and from here to here down, I'm going to delete this line, and I'm just going to project across. So I'm going to project from here right across. You can see the line there until it hits there. Click. And then I'm going to come straight down this way. I'm going to grab the bottom of that, bring it across. It's intuitive. It knows what I want to do. And there I have my first line. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, so that line's there. The next line I'm going to bring across. I'm going to bring across this one here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to simplify. I'm going to come like this to here. And I'm going to go down to there. Here. Now I'm going to create a line from the bottom. I'm projecting this way. So I'm going to project across from there to there. And I'm going to create a line this line right here coming across. So I'm going to grab him like so, come across here like this. And I'm going to take this line here, this guy, come across this way. Now, the order of operations doesn't matter. I could have continued doing what I was doing, bringing it across up here, and I just happened to jump down to there. Sorry, I probably confused you doing that. Click this line here, come across this way, come down, this there, and then the 25 millimeter box, bring him across until he touches, click there, and come down somewhere around there. Now, you can see it's shaping up. You can see partially there. Now what I need to do is bring this line across. So I'm going to come here, grab him, walk across till I hit that position, and then go from there to there. So now my height is set. So now I can start cleaning it up. So I've got the lines. I projected this line across, and I projected this line, and this line, and this line. And I projected this line across to here, and I projected across, and across, and across. So it's all there. So now I can start cleaning this up so it's not so ambiguous or convoluted or unclear, I guess. So how do I do that? I'm just going to click this guy here. I'm going to delete him. I'm going to delete this guy. I don't need him anymore. I'm going to delete this guy. I don't need him anymore. And now I'm going to start trimming up. This can get a little tricky, trimming. But you have to figure out which lines you need and which lines you don't. For instance, I don't need these lines going out here. There's no, if you look at the picture, there's nothing out there. So I can delete them first. And how trimming works is you click a line, and actually trim, click the line, hit enter, and now it'll see which one I want to take off. So I'm going to go like this. I want to remove him. I want to remove him. Oop. I want to remove him. I want to remove him. And I want to remove him. And this one here, if I do that, it's going to delete the bottom. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to delete this line. And then I'm just going to come back and draw it back in. I can do. There's so many different ways with AutoCAD to do stuff, and drafting it in and of itself, Fusion 360 or whatever all the other programs we use, it's the same thing. You just kind of get your own little style of way of doing things. So now I'm going to come in here and I have to fix this up because we can see this line actually should go down to here, and this line here is non-existent, right? So there is no line. If you look at here from there across, there's no line up in the air. Right? There's nothing coming this way. So we can get rid of him, and we also need to take this line down. So how do you do that? We just go take this guy here. We can do a couple different ways. What I'm going to do is trim them down. So I'm going to go, it's called trim extend. So trim, extend, and I click this guy, and I'm going to click this guy, and I'm going to click enter, and then I'm just going to go like this. Oh, I went to the wrong one. Sorry, I should have trimmed it to here. Extend this guy, enter, and then I can just go back here, and you can see he wants to jump forward. Boom. So good. Now I can get rid of this and this. I don't need that. So I'm going to come back in here. This time I'm going to trim it again. I'm going to click this guy here. I'm going to trim off this to this, enter, and come back in and kill him, delete him, sorry. And this thing here I don't need, so I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to click on this one. Trim, escape, trim, this one, enter, and then come back in and get rid of him. Now this is, looking at this, something's wrong here. This doesn't make sense. Well, what it is this one here goes straight down to this 10 millimeter height, and you can see there's no other lines in this area, right? So I need to draw this line straight down. I'm going to get rid of this, or actually right here. So I'll look back, you see this one's only going, this comes across and down like that. So this comes across, and this one should go straight down this way. That line there. This line won't be up here. This is going to be gone, but there will be a line from here down to here. So I can do a couple ways. I'm going to draw this line down from here to here, hit the escape key, and then I'm just going to go back and delete this one. And now I need to get rid of this little guy. We're right here. There's no line going across here, right? There's no line running this way. Sometimes this can get confusing. It doesn't matter. Just take your time. And even for me right now, I have to double check. Oh, did I take the wrong line off? And if I do, the nice thing is you just undo, right? Whereas if you're doing it in drafting, you have to redraw it also. So I'm going to trim this line right there. I'm going to get rid of him. So I'm going to trim him, from here to here, enter. Whoop, that's deleting. See? All I have to do is go undo. Perfect. Trim here to here, enter, and then I'm just going to go back and delete him. And now you can hear my son yelling that he's going into the shower. So now you're looking at the views, double checking everything. Everything appears to be there. That's good. So the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to turn the layers on. We're going to dimension it properly, and we're going to add some. I'm going to show you how to do hidden lines. There are no hidden lines on this particular component, but I'm going to show you how hidden lines would work and how we'll set that up. So that'll be the next thing. Okay, so finish this tutorial off. So right now you should have done the first tutorial, which took you to this one, and then the second tutorial, which shows you how to draw these two items.